Not all roofing materials are the same, and not all roofers are the same. So next, let's talk to Nationwide Roofing about commercial, or what they call flat or low slope roofing.
The thing is that no roof is like completely flat. Per Florida building code nowadays, if you have a new construction build, you have to have a small pitch in there. I believe it's at least 1/8 of an inch. Now, a long time ago, older commercial buildings actually were completely flat. That's when we use systems like a tapered ISO system, where we actually create a slope by using insulation board, where we have one thickness and then we have one thickness on one end and a higher thickness on another end, and we basically puzzle it all together in order to move water off of your roof. Effectively, every supermarket you probably ever walked into actually has a flat roof, whether it's TPO, modified bitumen. In other states, we use EPDM. And sometimes people use a PVC roof. The reason being is these large buildings, in order to cover that much space, they use very large rolls. You know, some TPO rolls are about 10 feet long. And in order to roll that out across the entire roof, it actually covers more space quicker. So, you know, the different types, we have the rubberized roof types, then we have the woven roof types, you know, some more so in like the PVC realm. And then we also have basically the asphalt type in the modified bitumen. It's kind of like a rolled out shingle. We joke and call it a fruit roll up. On your specific building, you should do modified bitumen. It's really going to depend on the conditions around your property. There is no one size fits all in the commercial realm. And in fact, you know, we were talking about the 4 main roof coverings within commercial. There's also spray foam that you can put on top of a roof and elastomeric coatings. Sometimes you just want to coat over on your old roof. Sometimes you need to do a complete removal and replacement because, you know, the insulation is underneath there is actually, it's wet. So you need a roof because you need a roof, and if you have a commercial building, you want something that's going to last a long time. And there are different price points for different systems, and some will last longer than others, but you kind of get what you pay for.
So let's talk about caring for a flat or low slope roof.
Whether you want to do a full replacement or whether you want to do a recoating, you know, with the roof coating systems, if you have a flat roof, the only thing we can really do to modify that without charging absurd amounts of money is building these tapered ISO systems in order to actually route the water in different directions. These are fantastic. Like I said, it's like a puzzle, and not only will you save money on your heating and cooling bills because of the amount of insulation that would be put above the deck on your roof, but also the water's not going to pond up there anymore. If you have an old home with a flat roof, you're probably not going to want to go back with a torch down system. You know, downtown in Orlando, you actually have roofs that were previously modified bitumen, or, you know, they were the tar and gravel roof. It's pretty easy to replace that. Generally speaking, we've seen in older roofs like that, the wood has actually been petrified to some extent because of how old it is. But, you know, tearing that off, putting a new one back, you know, if you have a slope limitation, as in your roof is not above a certain slope, you're kind of stuck in the flat roofing realm. Now, for residential homes, you're gonna probably want to stick with modified bitumen. It's easy. You're not going to want to put a TPO roof on a residential home. It's just not a good idea.
Flat and low slope roofing have a special installation technique that make them very functional and secure.
When you open up a commercial building, you have to you have to live up to the standards of the Florida Energy Conservation Code. It's our version of the International Energy Conservation Code, because buildings and commercial buildings, when we do a renovation that is below a certain size, we actually have to attain the R value that you would find, you know, in the book. Well, like, I don't know what climate zone we're in, but we need R25, which means you need about 5.5 inches of insulation above deck on your roof in order to meet these codes. And it's been adopted in the state of Florida. So really, the main thing here is you have your roof covering, you take this off, and when you get down to the deck, you know, sometimes we have steel decks, sometimes you have wood decks, and you really treat them differently. But what everybody really needs in order to attain to adhere to that code is that insulation board.
And as is true with all of Nationwide Roofing's fine installation work, They can also help you with your insurance claim as well.
So we've actually done a significant amount of insurance claims from the hurricanes that have passed over these commercial buildings. You know, we've done a Chinese restaurant where we got them the entire flat roof and also the mansard around the outside. We've been working with multiple bars downtown where they actually had wind and water damage, where their insurance company is paying for their entire roof. In fact, we also did the exact same thing from hail on the coast over by Cocoa, where their entire flat roof is being paid for completely by the insurance company because they had legitimate hail damage. In the commercial world, warranties really aren't going to exceed 20 years, you know, no matter what you do. So as a CertainTeed credentialed contractor and also a FiberTite credentialed contractor for the PVC realm, we can offer up to a 20-year warranty on your materials, which has an NDL term, meaning no dollar limit for all the contents inside. We do free inspections with our huge drones, our $30,000 drone. We have our thermal cameras and we have a bunch of like moisture scanning, you know, tools that cost a large amount of money. And we will do all of these, you know, these services for free to actually find out whether or not you have a problem and you know how to best advise you. Call a professional, talk to us, let us look at your property. We know how to design these in order to make sure you don't have roofing problems anymore, because, you know, we want you to love us and invite us to barbecues.
For more information about Nationwide Roofing, visit nationwideroofing.com. And of course, visit us at designingspaces.tv.